That's a good start, as always. Couldn't see that it was actually still running. As you can see, I've done my hair again, or well, I've got my daughter to do my hair, and as quite often happens, it hasn't turned out anything like what I envisioned, but I still love it. And I normally don't like it when it's this dark and vibrant when I first do it. I prefer it better when it's been washed a couple of times and it fades a little bit, but I actually really, really like this. What it was meant to be was a really dark blue in the roots, fading to, we did a colour melt, because we've been watching Brad Mondo and we're learning how to do shit. Colour melt, it's just where you rub the colours together when you put them on, like in horizontal bands, and it blends it together. And that part of it has worked really well. So it was meant to be dark blue, or actually I used mostly Bright Organics denim and then a little bit of blue in it. We mixed it all up together. Then we did purple, or my daughter did purple, and then a lighter purple, which we just put more conditioner in it, and then pink, and then a lighter pink. But because my hair prior to doing this colour was all purple, I think it was purple, I can't remember, it was only yesterday. It was purple and it was blue, like turquoise blue underneath. The pink hasn't really worked, but it still looks great. I like it. But I had envisioned it being dark blue, purple fading to lighter purple, pink fading to really light pink on the ends. We can do that another time and it might work. I'll show you the back of it. I haven't even seen the back of it. I hope it looks all right. That's the back of it. So it's pretty good. I really like it. So today for special, I did some fancy makeup, which runs, Zoe said it was like, what did she say, glam drag or something. And I'd like to say that this was just for special, and wouldn't normally do my makeup like this. But the more that I'm doing this kind of makeup, the more I'm loving it, like really, really, really loving it. So you might be seeing this a bit more in the future, even though I know it's a lot of makeup and it's not exactly natural looking, but I like it. And I'm just staying home. I just took my daughter out to the shops because we needed a couple of things, and I stayed in the car. I didn't even go anywhere. I just sat in the car looking like this, and I'm in I showered last night because I had to rinse my hair, but I'm just in my PJs. I don't care. This is just for me. Although I might have to wash the eye makeup off because it's so heavy that I'm actually having trouble seeing anything. So that's it. That's why I look like this. And this was another ISO hair experiment, I'm calling them now. Speaking of ISO, with the numbers not really going down as everyone was hoping they'd go down, and I'm not sure, because I heard a little bit on the radio this morning that might negate what I'm about to say, but I don't know because I haven't looked. But the last I heard, the numbers weren't going down as expected, so we weren't going to be easing restrictions as soon as people were hoping. And I think because people they had that hope, they were given that hope that it was going to sort of go a bit faster than what they were expecting, and people are just absolutely sick of it. I'm seeing people who were previously really strong and had that really good positive attitude about it. They're starting to lose their shit now as well. I'm not. I'm probably. I don't know. I'm going to say it. I'm feeling more relaxed and rested than I have in years. I'm still having some quite bad fibro flare-ups, but I think it's just because I'm doing too much. As always, when I do too much, my fibro gets worse. But I'm happier than I've been in years. I'm in a really, really, really good place. I think I was probably born for ISO. I'm beginning to wonder if maybe I should pack up everything and move out bush. I don't know. I'm reveling in this. But I know that a lot of people now are beginning not to. So hopefully things will start to ease up soon for people who just aren't. But also, by the same token, I had my breakdown very early in the piece. When it first all went down, within the first couple of weeks, I didn't cope. That's when I had my bad time. So I think I had mine really early on, and I was also heartbroken because I'd broken up with someone and whatever. But I got that all out of the way and then adapted and accepted it. And I think acceptance is key. A lot of the time it comes down to mindset, and I think my mindset with it is really, really good. What else? And just another quick one. I was going to make a separate video, but I think the people who are watching these videos were watching my older videos. That's how they found me anyway. With regard to my sleeve gastrectomy surgery that I had last year, and I've had problems with reflux and heartburn ever since then. I'll go on record to say, and I already have, that I should never have been sleeved. I wanted to be bypassed. They said, no, we'll sleeve you, we'll fix the hiatus hernia and everything will be okay. It's not okay, and it's been well over 12 months since I had that surgery. I had gone onto a waiting list to have a gastroscopy to see what was going on. But of course, when COVID hit, all of that just, wasn't going to happen. I mean, it was going to happen, but it was all put on hold. I haven't even had a clinic appointment, I think that not since much earlier this year, or it might have even been late last year, because the Alfred notified me and said, look, we're postponing all clinic appointments. But I got a phone call last week from a guy from the Alfred saying, you're still on the list for a gastroscopy. Obviously can't have it done at the Alfred at the moment because of COVID, but they're starting to put people through the private system, but as a public patient. So I'm still waiting on paperwork in the mail, but he said he'd put me on the waiting list to have it done at a private hospital, but as a public patient. So it still won't cost me anything. It'll still be all covered by Medicare. So I've got no idea what the wait time is for that, whether, like by the time my name comes up on the list, COVID will be over, or, we're back to, COVID normal or whatever, and then I'll still just be done in the public system in a public hospital anyway, because when I think I was waiting on my sleeve surgery or lap band removal or something, and they were doing renovations at the Alfred, and they called me and they said, we can put you in as a public patient in a private hospital to have your surgery done while that's happening, and that just didn't happen. I just didn't get done until after the renovations were done. So it remains to be seen whether or not I get done in a private hospital as a public patient before COVID is over. But that's the only development I've had with regard to my sleeve surgery. I still get reflux, I still get heartburn, I'm still choking on vomit in my sleep. Better believe that's fun. So that's it.